So today we're going to be testing and reviewing the brand new Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Serum Foundation. Now this just recently launched and I've been testing it out all week on my mature skin. Is it really blurring? Is it really hydrating? Is it really good for all skin types? Well, in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. You guys, I got my hands on this new Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Serum Foundation about 8 or 9 days ago, and I've been religiously testing it out behind the scenes using different primers, no primers, different types of tools to see how it's going to work on our mature skin. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. I hope you guys are doing great. The hair is curly for now, but it's been raining all morning, storming, 96% humidity. Do I sound like a weather girl? But yeah, let's go ahead and pull the hair back. We have the hair pulled back. I can't wait for this review because I really did my due diligence on this foundation, you guys. I wore it every single day. I tried it with different primers, different techniques of application, and I think I honed in on the best way to apply it, at least for my complexion. Now, if you're new here, I am 58 years old. I have normal to dry skin, hyperpigmentation, texture, melasma, sun damage, fine lines. That is my skin history. I don't have any makeup on my complexion. Just did my eyebrows today, as well as my normal skincare routine and my SPF. But today, as usual, I want to go ahead and prime one half of my complexion with a primer and do the other side au naturel, because according to this serum foundation, it's supposed to be blurring with all these innovative ingredients that I've never even heard of. So we're going to get into that, but let's first apply primer. And today's primer, I'm going to go in with a Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. It's a non-silicone primer. Place a tiny little dollop. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it right through here. While that is settling in, let's get into the benefits and ingredients of this new Hy-Glam Serum Foundation from Natasha Denona. The Hy-Glam Foundation is a medium buildable, blurring, and self-setting radiant serum foundation that hydrates and balances oils for up to 18 hours of creaseless wear. It's developed with Korean technology and Japanese amino acid pigments. This anti-aging hybrid boosts collagen production and antioxidant defenses. So basically, it sounds like it's skincare with a foundation. The first benefit is anti-aging, repairing, and smoothing. It's supposed to boost collagen, hydrates, reduces wrinkles, detoxifies, improves skin, short and long-term hydration. Blurring reduces skin imperfections such as scars, brightens hyperpigmentation, suitable for sensitive skin, hypoallergenic, non-comedogenic, and also long-lasting up to 18 hours. Now, this new Radiant Serum Foundation retails for $52. It's available at Ulta, Sephora, as well as on Natasha Denona's website. I ordered it off the website because I was so excited. As soon as I got that notification in my email, I was like, oh my gosh. So I ordered it and I picked up the shade N4. This is what it looks like. It comes in a frosted glass bottle. It's very weighted. You get your standard 30 milliliters, 1 fluid ounce for $52. Now, I purchased this with my own money. Even though I am a Natasha Denona affiliate, I didn't get no discount. That way I can give you my honest and educated opinion. It's supposed to be medium buildable coverage with a radiant finish. That's supposed to be hydrating, but also good for dry to oily skin, because there's an ingredient in this foundation that's supposed to control your excess oils. Let's go ahead and pump her out. As you can see, it's quite serumy, which I like. Let's go ahead and apply it to the right side where I have nothing on except for my skincare as well as my SPF. Because if this is supposed to be blurring, I want to see how blurring it is without the aid of a primer. And it's very thin in consistency. We're going to start in the middle of the face. Now this is supposed to be non-creasing and self-setting. So we're just applying it to the center and fanning it out. It feels super lightweight, very smoothing on the skin. I quite like the texture of this. And it's interesting because it really does provide, I think in my opinion, a little bit more than medium coverage. To me, it's almost full coverage. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay. It really just goes seamlessly onto my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and take my kabuki brush, if it's clean, and then just kind of stipple it in so you can really get it and work it into the complexion. Because remember, there's no primer on this side. And I want to see how blurring it gets without a primer on its own. It's definitely glowy, but not greasy looking. So let's go ahead and turn the lights down to 20% to see exactly how much coverage we're getting from this new Radiant Serum Foundation. This is the coverage that we're getting. I mean, my goodness, look how glowy my skin looks. This is without any sort of foundation on. You can see how it's really giving great coverage. And I still have quite a bit on the back of my hand. When I was testing it out all week, oh my gosh, you really don't need a lot. One pump is definitely going to cover up, your redness, your hyperpigmentation, not completely, but to a point where it just looks like second skin. It really does look beautiful. This is amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and use whatever's left on the back of my hand, which it's very deceiving. It's really gonna give you great coverage. And we're gonna go ahead and apply it to the side that we applied the primer to, right to the center of the face, and blending it out. It really just glides right on. This is so silky in formula. When I apply it over the primer side, I can feel it slide. It's more slippery and a little slicker on the complexion. You can see it covering up the redness around my nose. I'm gonna take a hair bit more right over my most hyperpigmentation. It's not supposed to crease. It's supposed to be self-setting. However, you do have time to work with it. Wow, this builds up beautifully. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, then I'm going to take my brush and just kind of stipple it in. Make sure it's all blended. Now, I can already tell how self-setting it is on my forehead. It still feels slightly tacky, but it's really blurring up through here. Now, I make a lot of crazy facial expressions in everyday life, but as you can see, I do have, those lines. It really does look smooth right through there. Even though I have a small forehead, I can't discount it. I think I focus generally when I do foundation reviews right through here and through here. But let's give the forehead some love because I do have quite pronounced wrinkles up through here. But yeah, this is looking really smooth on the forehead. And for good measure, I'm just gonna apply a little bit more to my right side. I wanna use every single drop of this and really focus right through there and really pressing it into the complexion. Right after application, look how dewy my skin is. It's not greasy, it just has this natural radiance. Like, she really hit the nail on the head in describing this particular foundation. Radiant Serum Foundation. It feels lightweight, it feels hydrating, it doesn't feel too greasy. So let's go ahead and finish up the look. And I still have quite a bit of foundation left on the back of my hand. If you do purchase this, trust me, you only need one pump. A little bit goes a long way. I can't see the redness around my nose anymore, and typically I put a little bit of concealer in this area, but since it's supposed to help with redness, I am going to apply it right around my nose. Just see if we can cover that up. For concealer today, of course, I'm going to go in with the RMS Beauty Revitalized Hydra Concealer. I reviewed this several weeks ago, and true to my word, I've been using this concealer every single day because in my review, I wanted to try an experiment to see if this concealer really does help with my under eye area by hydrating it, by making it smoother, by softening the fine lines around the eyes. And every single day that I use it, I love it even more, even more. So now that we have the foundation and concealer on, let's go ahead and finish up the face. And today I'm going to do something super easy because the complexion is going to be the true star here. I want to go in and use the Natasha Denona Natural Face Palette. Now this came out Oh my gosh, it's so dirty. This came out a couple of years ago and I reviewed it. And you know what? I started busting this out again to create super easy, fast looks. As you can see, it has 3 shades of bronzer and contour, 2 shades of blush, and 5 shades of eyeshadow. And I've really been enjoying pulling out this particular palette. What I want to do first is go ahead and bronze up the complexion. I'm going to go in and take my fluffy brush with both of these shades right through here. I mean, I want this to be easy, right? And since this is such a dewy, radiant foundation, I kind of want to set it even though it's a self-setting foundation. Can you believe it's September? To me, it's the official month of fall, even though fall doesn't start technically on what, September 21st or September 22nd. But there's kind of like that excitement in the air. The holidays are just around the corner. And with every September comes events. And some of the events that are coming up in my life are my 40-year high school reunion. Class of 85, you guys. I got invited to my high school reunion, which is going to be next week. And I was like, should I go? Should I not go? It's going to be super casual this year. None of those buying into the tickets and reserving that. We're all just going to meet up at a restaurant and just see each other. And I haven't seen some of these people in literally 40 years. And then another event that's happening in my life is a 30-year legacy celebration for one of my former ballet partners. He was the associate director at a company that I danced with in Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm going to be attending that as well. So yeah, lots of events for me coming up this month. And I can't wait, and it gives me something to look forward to and reconnecting with old and dear friends, both from high school as well as from my ballet career. Oh, in case you didn't know, I was a ballet dancer years ago. Now that we're bronzed up, I'm gonna go into the blush and kind of go back and forth, tap off the excess. This looks like a really punchy color, so I don't wanna go in too hard. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tap it in right through there. This might be an ideal palette for me to bring to Birmingham when I go to that celebration because it has everything what you need in one face palette. It's fantastic. Look how pretty this is. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick eyeshadow look. I'm gonna go in with the bronzer contour right down the middle and just hit above the crease like that. I always love using bronzer / powder contours to create a super easy, quick eyeshadow look. And this does not disappoint. I'm gonna go in with the shade Soft, this really beautiful rose gold. And I'm just gonna apply it all over the lid, just for a nice wash of color. I wanna brighten up the eyes, like that. But I'm holding on to summer as long as I possibly can because I do not like cold weather. My skin does not like cold weather. And yeah, isn't that nice? Oh, that's pretty. Then I'm gonna go in with Dreamy on a tiny little brush. I'm just gonna pop it in the corner of the eye just to brighten up that inner eye. And then right below the brow, just like that. Not a lot. Just a little bit for the light to catch. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the eyes, do a little bit of eyeliner and mascara, and then we'll finish up the look. Eyes are done. I did a quick little winged eyeliner with, of course, the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny Felt Tip Eyeliner. And then for mascara, I just went in with the e.l.f. Lash Extender Tubing Formula. I figured since it's a rainy day here in Tennessee, I'm not taking any chances. I don't want any raccoon eyes, and I certainly don't want my eyeliner running. I'm gonna go in with this contour from the palette and just kind of go right through there, sculpt the nose using a little angled brush, right through there. Wow, what a difference. Okay, there we go. Love this palette. I've forgotten how versatile and fun it is to pull from this. This is beautiful. This is supposed to be self-setting. I don't think you need to set it with any sort of loose setting powder. We're not gonna use any setting powder today. I know, it's shocking, but what I would like to do is go ahead and do my lips. For lips today, I'm gonna go in with the CoverGirl Outlast Lip Stain, and this is in the shade Jazzberry. This is a great little lip stain. I love it because you can precisely line your lips and it doesn't bleed into those little lines that we have. We all have them around our mouth area. It stains and it stays all day. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and top it off with the Charlotte Tilbury Healthy Glow Nectar Oil. I bought this a couple of weeks ago. So in love with this pH technology based lip oil. It's super hydrating. There's no pigment, but it does adjust to the pH balance of your lips. And I'm just gonna throw on a quick, nice hydrating coat of it. And here you are with the final look. You guys, I love how this look turned out with a little wash of that rose eyeshadow from the Natasha Denona face palette. Goes so beautifully with that lip stain from CoverGirl, and then just a slight little bit of that yummy, healthy glow nectar oil in watermelon. My lips look juicy, my skin, it looks hydrated, it looks blurred, but let's go ahead and turn the lights down to 20% to see exactly how everything came together. It's definitely makeup-y, but I think the skin looks really natural at the same time. We're gonna go out in natural daylight. Now remember, it is a super rainy day here in Tennessee, but studio lights will blow everything out and make things look seamless and beautiful. But here on this channel, we go into light that's fluorescent, bad lighting, all types of lighting, so we can see how the foundation looks in all capacities. It really does look like my skin, and I think N4, the shade match that I picked out, is spot on for me. This is absolutely beautiful, but yes, let's go ahead in natural daylight and see exactly how this looks. And here we are in natural daylight. It is raining right now. I don't know if you can hear the raindrops falling on my head. Oh my God, sorry about that. Not much of a singer. But yeah, I wanted you to see what it looked like in natural daylight, even in the rain, okay? The humidity is still super high. These curls are gonna go bye-bye. Wow, I keep rhyming. What's wrong with me? But I wanted you to see the skin, how it looks. It's definitely makeup-y, okay? But as you can see, it just looks so smooth and natural on the skin. And I was trying to go through my catalog of my collection of all my foundations. What is it similar to? Right now, I'm leaning towards more the It Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow foundation. That is gorgeous, by the way. Love that. I use it from time to time, and I always forget how beautiful it is on mature skin, but this one is definitely a contender. It has far more coverage than that CC Glow, the CC Nude Glow from It Cosmetics. As far as a drugstore foundation, maybe a little bit close to the CoverGirl Blur Skin Tint. Now that is a skin tint, not a true foundation, but it really does cover like a foundation. But this one is unique because it's so thin in consistency. It's not as powdery of a finish of the CoverGirl Blurring Skin Tint. As you can see, my skin is still radiant, but blurred at the same time. This is the side with no primer. This is the side with primer. Honestly, I can't tell the difference. I really can't. But yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in close and see exactly how this looks in natural rain shower weather. Yeah, I'm so sorry it's so cloudy today. Maybe the sun will come out this afternoon. You know we're going to do more check-ins because this foundation is definitely worth all the effort that we're putting into it because it is quite pricey, but 52 shades, that's incredible. That is a lot. This is very promising, but I'm going to do another check-in with you. I've got to get out in this nasty weather, do some grocery shopping, run some errands, but I'll see you in a bit. And we are back. It's been almost 6 hours since we first applied the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Foundation. And man, it has been raining all day. The humidity has dropped to a staggering 86%. But I have to tell you, my skin feels hydrated. It feels blurred. Can it feel blurred? I don't know. But let's zoom in and see exactly how the foundation has been holding up all day in this crazy weather. The rain has subsided, thank goodness, for now. I was hoping the sun would come out for a little bit, but it didn't, but that's okay. I am really loving this foundation. You guys, when I look into my magnifying mirror, I cannot tell which side has primer and which side does not. Now on the left side, we did apply the Huda Beauty Easy Blur primer right through here, no primer on this side. If I had to be super nitpicky, and I have to be at a price point of $52. Yeah, right, Faye? I think Faye agrees. But yes, it's ever so slightly, just a tad more blurry than this side. This is like a foundation that just keeps on giving and getting better by the hour. This is astounding. This is really beautiful. And I know I didn't care for the Hy-Glam concealer because obviously I can't find it. But this is an exception. This is such a beautiful foundation. It's interesting because this whole past week I've been planning my trip to Birmingham to go to the Legacy celebration and thinking about that 40-year high school reunion. I was thinking in the back of my head, what look or what makeup do I want to wear to these functions? And I thought, oh my gosh, this would be the perfect foundation because A, it looks fantastic. B, it's lightweight, it's blurring, it's hydrating. Now remember, I do have normal to dry skin, but in the summertime, it tends to get a little oily. And so since it is a self-setting foundation that you don't need to powder, I mean, this is it. It's like everything I want in a foundation all in one formula. Remember, it's formulated in Korea, but made in Italy. So I don't know exactly what that means. And it's got those Japanese amino acids, whatever. The ingredients in this that I've never heard of are actually working with my skin. Now, I think over prolonged use, it's supposed to improve the texture of your complexion and your skin. I don't know about that. Those are pretty huge claims, but I am loving how this looks on the skin. You know how I try some foundations and sometimes they cling to my dry patches through here? This area of my face is notorious for foundations where I have dry patches where they just cling and you can see every single little dry patch. None in this case. It's beautiful, but at the same time, it's not oily or greasy. Yeah, this is incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in so you can take another look at 6 hours of wear of this foundation. It got a little chilly here today in Tennessee. I put on a little sweater. I feel like Mr. Rogers in this Argyle sweater. We will do another check-in, and yeah, I'm super excited for this foundation. Is it worth though the $52 and 52 shades, man? I'm thinking yes, but we still have several more hours to go, so I will do one last check-in and I will give you my final thoughts on this new Hy-Glam foundation from Natasha Denona. And we are back. It's been over 8 hours since we first applied the new Natasha Denona Hy-Glam foundation, and I have some thoughts. But before we jump into it, let's go ahead and turn the lights down to 20% and see exactly how this foundation performed on my 58-year-old skin. The proof is in the pudding. You guys, my complexion looks healthy. It looks radiant without being greasy. And remember, I have normal to dry skin and it was super muggy out today, but then it got a little cooler. It dipped down to 69 degrees. I know, that's insane. And we've been having some really hot weather recently, and it's just amazing how the weather can change on a dime. But suffice to say, it really adjusts to the temperature. I know that sounds strange. Since I have normal to dry skin, I know I can confidently wear this foundation when it gets cold outside. That constant hydration, where it has those little bursts of hydration in one of those ingredients, as well as that ingredient, I forgot what it was called, but it also is supposed to blur the pores. Now remember, this was the side we went au naturel, and this was the side where we went with the primer. And honestly, they both look radiant to me. Beautiful coverage. It didn't fade. It didn't cake. It didn't crease. When they say self-setting, I thought it would dry down to like a powdery finish, but this amazing ability to stay so light and fresh on the skin. I don't understand. I really don't. It just makes the skin look radiant, juicy, plumpy. Plumpy? I guess that's a new word, but it really does hold up to the weather. It held up on my complexion, and I've been trying some new skincare products on the side, behind the scenes, and maybe it's due to that. I don't know. I started using the Clarins Multi-Active Glow Serum. It has vitamin C and glycolic acid, and it's supposed to smooth out uneven texture. It's also supposed to lighten up hyperpigmentation. I've been using this for the last week, so maybe it's been working in tandem with the foundation. I don't know, but I just use a couple of drops of this in the morning in my skincare routine, as well as a couple of drops at night. And it's really making my skin glow. So maybe that has something to do with it, but my goodness, this foundation, remember, it retails for $52. It comes in 52 shades. I'm in the shade N4. It didn't oxidize. It didn't settle into any of my fine lines up through here. It didn't cling to any of my dry spots. But even when it got super muggy out today, it still held my oils at bay, because I generally get a little greasy throughout my T-zone and then generally right through here. But no, it's amazing because it hydrates here, but controls my oils right through here. It's insane. And I didn't use any translucent or setting powder whatsoever. I don't think you need it, especially if you have normal to dry skin like I do. Your skin is gonna look radiant and plump and healthy. Yeah, so it's probably the best foundation that I've tried all year, not including skin tints, okay? The CoverGirl Blurring Skin Tint is still up there, #1 for me. But if you want to look flawless, you want your skin to look radiant with beautiful coverage, this is the best foundation, at least for me. And I can't wait to show up at my high school reunion wearing this. I can't wait to go to the legacy celebration for the ballet with this foundation, because I feel like it just is my skin, but better. But what do you think, guys? Are you thinking about picking up this foundation? Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the new Hy-Glam foundation from Natasha Denona. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you'd be a part of our family. But for now, mwah, mahal kita. I love you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Yep, this is gorgeous. Love it.